to the stage. This comedian produces, or is one of the producers of the Couth Buzzard comedy show, which has apparently got a very similar vibe to Almost Woke. Instead of being an art gallery, it's in a bookstore, which sounds super fucking rad to me. The showcase is on the last Thursday of the month, and then they've just added an open mic the first Thursdays of the month, so you should check that out in Seattle. In Seattle. Okay, so Couth Buzzard Comedy Show. Look that up on Facebook and you can find it and like it and learn more about it. Let's give the next comedian a nice warm Olympia welcome. Put your hands together for Max Delsohn.
Oh, hi, this is so fun. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you, Almost Woke.
This is on now. I have low self-esteem. I don't always know if people are hearing me. Hi, my name is Max Delsohn, and I am a transgender person. Do y'all know what trans people are? Okay, some of you look nervous. It's not a TED Talk. There won't be discussion questions after the set. I do stand-up comedy, so feel free to laugh. In fact, tonight you have a free pass to laugh at a transgender person's pain. But if you do it tomorrow, it's oppression. So, looking at this guy. He's not looking at me, but that's okay. And I'm a transgender dude, which means I'm a guy with a V. I'm often mistaken for a guy with a P because I take something called testosterone. For those who aren't familiar, testosterone is the hormone responsible for the Fast and the Furious franchise. Oh, you guys have seen that one. Yeah. Testosterone changes your body. Been on testosterone for about 2 years now, and when I started testosterone, my sex drive went way up, and I started to watch a lot more porn. It's come up a lot tonight, porn. I'm a fan, but I started watching so much porn that I had to keep upping the novelty factor in order to get off, and I don't like saying this joke when I can see everyone's faces. Start there. I'm always like, damn it, you're gonna, okay. Yeah, so I've been upping the novelty factor, and right now it's aliens. It's gotta be aliens. I don't know what the root cause of that is, and I don't really want to find out, so I haven't investigated it very much, but it's gotta be like some, like Skyrim, CGI, like Dark Souls B-sides. Like, I'd say my ideal porn title right now would be Elf Princess Drowns Phallus Monster in Vaginal Light Streams. Yeah, like if Pixar had an adult video department, I guess. It's working for me. When I started testosterone, I had to start using the men's restroom. A lot of trans guys are really excited to start using the men's restroom. They find it very gender affirming. But I was clinging to the women's restroom for dear life. Because I don't know if anybody in here has ever visited a public men's restroom facility. But it's extremely fucked up in there. It's loud, and it's dirty, and it smells bad, and you never see a couch in the men's restroom. Which continues to irk me. It's like, do men not lounge? I like a soft place to reflect in the middle of my busy day. Just like anybody else. What are the men doing? Hunting ox? Cyberbullying? That's another thing. When I started testosterone, I noticed a shift in my sexuality. Before starting testosterone, I'd only ever been attracted to women and non-binary people, and now I have the distinct pleasure of being attracted to men, which I feel they should really list as one of testosterone's potential adverse side effects. And the little prescription manual, you'll slip it in there between hair loss and osteoporosis. How hard is that? So I've been on the grinder, been grinding away. I feel like they call it grinder because as you use the app, you grind your teeth into a dust as you contemplate your romantic future. Which is better for blowjobs, so I think I'm gonna get my happy ending eventually. I decided to change my username on Grindr to Magic Mushroom, because every guy who wants to eat me describes himself as open-minded. I know, that one's hard for people. That one's hard. Genuinely liking men as I now do, it's what I imagine it's like to be a cat person. Because you just love this thing that's fundamentally mean. Selfish. Doesn't answer when you call. But it's who you are, right? To love this brutal animal, so... You keep a little raw turkey in the fridge and... You hope he comes around. Sometimes I've found, if you stand real still, you can get him to eat a little bit of it. Right out of the palm of your hand like that. I don't hate men or anything. I don't have a lot of context for men. I originally came out as a lesbian at an all-girls Catholic school. I had very little reason to talk to them for most of my youth. Went through a lot of terrible teen lesbian cliches back there. If anybody in the audience has ever pulled off those knee-high rainbow socks, more power to you, because that was not a good look for me. I went for a lot of straight girls back then, which any lesbian will tell you is a strong home remedy if you're looking for a cure to being happy. I was hanging out with this one straight girl a lot back in the day, and one day she said to me, "I wish that you were a boy so that you could be my boyfriend," which is genius. Obviously. And then we kind of lost touch, whatever, but I recently learned that she moved to Seattle, where I live now, and so I've started to carry a single stem red rose and an engagement ring in my coat pocket at all times. So when we inevitably do cross paths, I'm just like ready to propose. Because, you know, talk about grand gestures, I changed my gender for you. See this uneven hairline, this shitty beard? It's permanent. Like our love could be. Speaking of shitty beards, any other Jews in the audience tonight? Hey, oh nice. I was like, are there Jews in Olympia? I don't even know. Shabbat Shalom. I'm trans, I'm Jewish. I have a Jewish grandmother who I don't think is trans, but there's always time for self-discovery. I love my grandma. Her name is Max Delsohn, sweet 92-year-old woman in her little corner of Chicago. Every year on my birthday, she sends me a check for $15, you know, for my nest egg. And I recently told my grandma that I was trans, because for the last couple of years, she's just known me to be her straight, cisgender granddaughter with a permanent case of bronchitis and an edgy haircut. But yeah, I told her I was trans. I told her I was changing my name to Max, and she immediately goes, "Oh, you can't change your name to Max." And I was like, "Okay, all right, you knew this was coming. Why not, Grandma?" She goes, "Max Delsohn. It's too Jewish." I was like, "Too Jewish for what? The rapture? Like, what kind of weird shit in your old age have you like?" I love that though, because it means that my grandma thinks that people can't tell when they look at me that I'm Jewish. You know, when they see me, this dude walking around 5'6", covered in hair and frowning. Heading into the bank to cash my $15 check. Like that's Irish Catholic for someone. Yeah. Oh man, this is really fun. Are there any straight people in the audience tonight? Show of hands, some of you. That's okay. I'll just count how many of you tell me I'm brave after the show. Don't worry about it. Catch you guys later. Straight people love to tell me I'm brave. They like to wish me luck on my gender journey. That one always makes me feel super nervous. I'm like, what do you know that I don't know about what's coming? Because so far it's not been the Odyssey necessarily, you know. I put in my packer one silicone testicle at a time. Like anybody else. Let me think. I used to tell straight people what my pronouns were. You know, trans people will do that. They'll post their pronouns on Facebook, or you know, they'll send a group text, hold a summit, whatever it is. I did that, but I'm against that now. I actively conceal my pronouns from people, because I found that once you tell a straight person your pronouns, they've got them locked into their brain and they're using them correctly and all that, they're gonna try to become your friend. And like, no offense, but I don't need any more straight friends. Okay, I'm stuffed to the gills at 2. But I don't make the rules. If you tell a straight person your pronouns, they're gonna try to become your friend. If you give a mouse a cookie, they're gonna send you a heart emoji on Trans Day of Visibility. Do y'all know what Trans Day of Visibility is? Some of you almost woke? Almost. You're so close. Trans Day of Visibility is the day when all the straight people remember that trans people exist, and then all the trans people pour out into the streets and go, "Take a good hard look, Brian." Trip out there. Also, like a quick sidebar. If there are any Brians in the audience tonight, a good way to tell if you have a cool name is if a bunch of trans people have your name. Because if you think about it, like, trans people, you know, we're choosing our names for ourselves. We're often adults or young adults. We have everything to lose. The stakes are so high. And it's, you know, it's hard to come out as trans. It is infinitely harder to come out as trans and tad. So just, if you're wondering, is like my name hip? Like, do some research. Google your local trans people. We're very famous, most of us. But anyway, what was I talking about? Trans Day Visibility? Yeah, I don't like Trans Day Visibility. I'm self-conscious enough as it is. Please don't look at me further. So I think when Trans Day of Visibility rolls around next year, I'm just gonna stay in the house all day and bail on work. I'm gonna cancel my social plans. So that way, when somebody calls me up later and is like, "Oh, Max, what's going on? I didn't see you today." I can go, oh, you didn't see me today, oh. Guess you're not a real ally. This has been so fun. Thank you so much. I've been Max Delsohn.